In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to become a high value man. And if you don't know who I am and you wanna know if I'm a high value man, over the last 3-4 years, I've generated over $4 million in revenue. We have won the 2 Comma Club Award. We have won the school games 3 times actually, but we only have 1 trophy because they came out with them late. And in this video, I'm gonna show you how we generated $1 million a year business and pretty much go through every single one of these so you can match yourself up and see where you're lacking, where you're stacking, and how to optimize to be a high value man. Now, of course, we have to start with number 1, which is gonna be money. The criteria to be a high value man with the money is gonna be $10,000 a month. Let's be realistic. You can't be high value if you only have $1,000 in your pocket. Now, this does not mean you have a bad character. There are a lot of people who have very high character traits who don't have a lot of money. What's up, Maverick? This is my $5,000 to $10,000 dog, depending on who you ask. And so if you're not making $10,000 a month, we need to figure out how you can make $10,000 a month. The good news is I know exactly how you can make $10K a month. There are really only 4 ways to do it. Number 1 is getting into sales. If you're selling something, you can absolutely make $10,000 a month. We just had our top closer make over $10,000 himself. He did over $73,000 in sales this month, and he took home over $10,000. So if you are not closing and you wanna make money online, closing is one of the best ways to do it. Another great way is actually running your own business. So if you've ever wanted to help people get in great shape or make more money or deal with a chronic pain or find the love of their life, that is one of the best ways to make $10,000 a month because you can launch a program that costs $1,000 to $5,000 and sell it 2 to 10 times and boom, you're doing $10,000 a month. Those are the 2 main ways that I recommend. You can absolutely run some type of drop shipping company or you can leverage already made money if you have a big lump sum in Forex trading, but I would stick with those top 2, either closing or running your own online coaching business. So now you know how to make 10K a month. Let's move on to time. Just because you're making $10,000 a month does not make you a high value man if you don't have any time. What I mean by that is we did over $1 million last year, but I was not having to work 40 hours a week if I did not want to. And my partner was not working 40 hours a week if he did not want to. You have to own your time because if you don't own your time, somebody else does. So you want to have a business, you want to have a way of making $10,000 a month, but also having the free will and be able to buy your time back so that if somebody says, hey, let's go do this thing that's gonna provide more opportunities, you can go. So that if the love of your life says, hey, we need to go see my grandmother, she's passing away, you can go, right? It's super important that you have the management of your time. And if you don't have that, then you cannot be a high value man because you can't deliver to your loved ones in the way that somebody with their time can. The way to do that is, number 1, get your money right. And once you have your money right, especially in a coaching business, you need to learn how to delegate, which is why it's so important to learn how to build a team, hiring, and firing, which is for another video. Number 3, group acceptance. Now, I know tons and tons of millionaires even who aren't accepted by a group. They're kind of slow. And if you can't go out, have a conversation, and become cool with people, then you've got a problem and you're not a high value man. You have to have the ability to make people comfortable around you. You have to have the ability to go up to women and have them vibe with you. You have to have the ability to fit in with a group. Now, if you go up to people and you can't get accepted by the group, you've got a problem. The good news is you can fix this. You can fix this by working on your fitness. You can fix this by working on your meditation. You can fix this by working on your money. A lot of people are not confident because they're broke, which makes sense. So by going through everything else on this list, you're gonna be fine and your group acceptance is gonna go way, way, way up. But you also gotta understand you can't be an absolute dick. You need to be accepted by a group. It's super crucial. Okay, that feeds into your network. If you're an ass, nobody is gonna wanna do you any favors, nobody is going to wanna help you, and nobody's gonna wanna help you get to the next position. This network is especially important when you're broke, when you're looking to get money. Because if you can get along with people, they're gonna put you in better situations, right? If you can be that person who's super duper hungry, but you don't have the opportunities, if you can get along with people who have the opportunities, they will give opportunities to you when you wouldn't expect it. I'll give you an example. When I was getting started, I used to buy tons and tons of courses. And the best way that I would get ahead is I would get group acceptance from the group, and then I would vibe with the owner. And when I vibed with the owner, when good opportunities came across his table, he would think who would be the best person to take advantage of this. And he would send it to me. That's one of the best ways that I actually met Ted Carr, and we won the school games, and we're generating over $1 million with our coaching business. That would not have happened if I didn't have a network. And I built that network by investing in myself and by group acceptance, okay? So now that you have a network, the best way to get a network, by the way, is get into circles of high value men and get group acceptance. If you don't have group acceptance and you don't have money, leverage your time. Put more time in than anybody else. And what happens, people respect your time and you find a way to get group acceptance, okay? Once you've got the network, anything is possible. Your network is so, so important. We now have a network with Alex Hormozi. We've worked with schools, and now we have a network with Sam Ovens. We have a network with Andrew Kirby. We have a network with so many people where it's kind of at a point where you can't lose because the people who are around you are so successful that you have all of this knowledge. And when you're around great people, you become great. You always become the sum of the 3 people you hang around. If you hang around millionaires, you will become a millionaire. So make sure your network is super strong. Inversely, this means get away from people who are not good for your network, people who are pulling you down. When I was growing up, I was around a lot of people that were actually hindering my success. And it was important for me to disengage from those people so that I could continue my trajectory. If you're not willing to do that, you are not going to be successful in the long run. Chris Williamson or Chris Willax has a really good video where he talks about his trajectory and how he found his new group of friends. He's like, oh, this is great. They're both as hungry as I am. And then, oh my goodness, I'm still going. And then he finds a new group. And then he keeps going, and then he finds a new group. It's very sad when you have to keep going because it means leaving the older variations, the old generations, the old era of yourself behind and all of the friends and moving on to the next era. And there's a lot of loneliness in that as you're searching for that next group of friends. But it is super crucial. That goes into 5th one, visibility. If you're not on social media showing what you're doing, are you really doing it? It's a joke, but seriously, if people don't actually know who you are, if they don't have a place to find you, it's gonna be really difficult to get group acceptance, to get respect, to build your network. It's really easy to build your network when people look you up on Instagram and they say you have 100,000 followers. See even 22,000 followers. See 2,000 followers on YouTube. If you have the views, if you have the comments, if you have the shares, then you're gonna look like somebody who's respected in the space. So even if you're completely broke, you can actually have insane visibility. I know people who have millions of followers and have zero money. Tons of visibility but no money, which is okay because you can leverage visibility to make tons of money. So you need to figure out what are your strong suits. By the almost end of this video, you should know where you're really stacking and where you're lacking. And if you're stacking in money, then you need to make up for it by stacking time. And if you're lacking in visibility, you need to leverage money to increase your visibility by hiring a manager for your content, showing you, or investing in a course showing you exactly how to make the best type of content. And then lastly, you've got to have utility. Now, this can be used in many different ways. You could have tons and tons of money, which leads to you being able to hire somebody to fix plumbing. This leads you being able to hire somebody to build your dream house. You don't necessarily need to do it. But if you're going to have a woman, as most high value men would have, you need to also have value and utility around the house. You need to be able to fix things, or you need to be able to pay for things to be fixed. You need to be able to solve problems. This is one of the biggest pieces, and I think a lot of people underestimate the ability to problem solve. Problem solving is the main thing of being a high value man, because women are gonna come to you, something's gonna be terribly wrong, you have to be able to not panic, you need to be able to think of a solution, and you need to be able to execute. If you can do that, then you can use that exact same logic on every single one of these. Congratulations, if you checked them all off, you're a high value man. And even if there's one of these or two of these or five of these or six of these that you don't have checked off, you now are conscious of the fact what needs to happen in order for you to become a high value man. See you guys in the next one. Peace.